Hello, collective, and welcome back for another reflection. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done the last one, and I just wanted to hop in and make sure everyone had an opportunity to review the episode that I did with Brittany. More of Be More Fit, the Healing Through Movement episode. It is a great episode, very powerful. I love to hear Brittany speak about the space that she creates for women to become their best selves and her process in all of it. I've been very clear about her motivating me and how, since I've been away, just because of work, um, I don't have the same motivation. So for some people, they're like self motivated. And in some areas of my life, I believe that I am, just not when it comes to the gym. Like when it comes to the gym, I need all the motivation I can get, and I need the accountability, and Brittany was so helpful in that area for me, and I think that she provided some good tips that will also help you. She also gave 2 weeks free access to the Be More Fit app in the episode, so go check it out so that you can, get your 2 weeks of free access. I love her app. It has programming in it. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you some of the programs that she has in her app just so that y'all know I'm not just talking. Like, she has a leaderboard every month, and, unfortunately, this week I didn't take top place, but that's okay. So here's the Be More Fit app. This is Brittany in her app, and then, so this is the community. This is the leaderboard. As you can see, my husband maybe you can't see it, but this is the leaderboard. My husband was beating me on the leaderboard, but one of the things that I wanted to show, and I'll put it in the I'll put it here so that you'll be able to see it, but she has, like, all of these challenges, and she has programming in there for whatever your fitness goals may be or wherever you are, in your journey, so I'll show you all of that so that you can take a look for yourself, but definitely 2 weeks free, certainly not something that you wanna miss. Um, I just think she's so dope. I think she's so dope, and I love the effort that she puts into it. And she's not just talking it, she's walking it too. If you follow her on Be More Fit on any of her platforms, you'll see that she posts what she eats, what she cooks, and also her workout. She's even worked out. She has a I think her baby Deuce is 4 months old. She has him strapped to her chest in a carrier walking on the treadmill. Like Brittany is the real deal, or you'll see him in his walker while she's lifting. She's the real deal. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, my husband and I went to North Carolina to a very dear friend's, and I still hope we're friends because, a very dear friend's birthday, milestone birthday, and it was fantastic. It was such a great time. Usually, my husband and I haven't really traveled a lot with just the two of us, but when we do travel, just the two of us, I am always so relaxed. It's the best type of traveling for me because he literally does all of the booking, the reservations. I literally just pack my stuff and I make sure he has like his important stuff, and then we leave. I know some of y'all may take issue with that, but not me. That's our dynamic. Like, make all of the reservations, make all of the flight, do all of that. Like, like he just consults with me on my schedule and what time of day I want to travel. But for the most part, he does all of it. And baby, my husband, Bo is bougie. Like when I travel with Bo, we travel in first class, nonstop. Like the hotel, the rental car, all of that he's worse than I am. Like I can do a layover. I can do a layover. I can do economy. Not girl, not Bo. Not bougie Bo, baby. Bo is gonna be first class. First class. You hear me? Um, so it was cool. We had a great time. It was 90 degrees that day. I was like, oh my, it's hotter. It was hotter there than it was in Texas. So, but we had a great time. My friend has a beautiful home. She really knows how to party. We were there. The party started at 5. We got there a little bit early because Bo also took pictures. And we were there for about 8 hours. At 12:30, I was like, we need to leave." Like, I was tired, I was overstimulated, I had overindulged. I was like, "It's time to go. We need," and my husband was like, "No, no." I was like, "No, sir. I need to go. I need to leave." It was a lot, but it was a great, great time. Um, we had a good time with that. Um, if you have mm, parents of young adults, how y'all doing? How just check in with me. How y'all doing? I just want to know how y'all doing because your girl over here is pray for me. That's what I'm going to say. Pray for me. Um, parenting young adults is difficult. I did not think I would still be actively parenting at this stage. And I don't think that I'm actively parenting. They won't allow me to actively parent. Um, but I still feel like I am. I still have all of the feels. Like when they make a mistake or they engage in behavior that I can see in the long run won't be beneficial with them, I still feel all of the feels. So I'm working through that. Pray for your girl. What else was there that I wanted to discuss? There's been so much happening, just in general, around the world, in our lives. So much has occurred. Most recently, I saw that KevOnStage had gone viral for his stance with regard to the LGBT community. And he recently appeared on Cam Newton's podcast. And of course, a clip from the podcast ended up going viral. And I love the Fredericks. I love Kevin. I love Liz. I feel like in my head, they're my friends. So essentially, both of them were born and raised in the church. Both of them were. And their beliefs have gradually shifted from what they were taught into their own, based on how they've experienced the world and their experience with God. And, Kev is I love everybody. He loves everybody. He doesn't discriminate. He supports everyone. And I can relate to that. Only because I feel like I don't have a heaven or hell to put anyone in. I don't believe that what a person does with their body is my business. I think that in Christendom, we spend a lot of time pointing our fingers out when we need to be focused inward. Like we need to be focusing on and working on our inner man, um, and accepting responsibility for where we are and the choices that we've made, and not necessarily pointing our fingers at someone else. I don't even know why how someone chooses to live their life is a conversation. And I have to say, I do always find that, and my husband and I always have this conversation. For you, those of you that don't know, my husband is a minister. And we always have these conversations about religion and everything, and our beliefs and spirituality and our relationship with Christ versus our relationship with the church, because a lot of people don't differentiate the two. For a lot of people, Christ is the church. And I think that in theory, that's how it should be, but I think that that's not always how it is. I think a lot of times we spend a lot of time doing the work in church and not doing the work on ourselves and our like being very passive when it comes to the work that we do in our own lives and in our own family. And for me, family has always been first. I feel like I emulate Christ and I emulate my faith by my fruit. And I think that anybody who knows me knows that I'm a very flawed person. I'm very open about my struggles and what I've overcome by the grace of God, with the grace of God. And I just think that more of us should be more um, in tuned internally instead of focusing our attention on things that are external and things that likely have absolutely nothing to do with us at all. There. That's my piece. That's how I feel about it. But how do you feel about it? Let me know. Drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about your relationship with Christ, how you feel about um KevOnStage's statement and where you are if you want to discuss it. If not, you don't have to. I don't care. I just wanted to, if it's something you want to discuss, drop down. So that's that on that. Angel and I are working on a Mother's Day series. I'm actually collaborating with Angel on her channel Life After Loss. I'll link it here. So if you have not already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. So we're interviewing women who have lost their mothers. We're also interviewing women who have lost their children. And I'm excited to share it with you. I think that I want to thank those who volunteered to have their stories told because it is a very um it's a very emotional topic. I don't think that it sounds weird to say getting used to living without your mother. Or your child. And unfortunately, having experienced the loss of children and also the loss of my mother, it's a club that no one wants to be in, but we all may one day find ourselves grappling with those losses. So the purpose of these videos is to inspire hope and to inspire dialogue with people because a lot of times people don't talk about it. They don't talk about the days after, the weeks, months, years, or even the hours after. They don't talk about how difficult those things are. And I like my mother transitioned in 2010. So it's been 15 years, but I'll never forget the day that she passed is something that I felt physically. Like it was almost like being in another dimension, so to speak. I remember returning home because we were living in Virginia at the time. My husband was stationed in Virginia. And I remember returning home and I had to go to Target for something. And Angel picked me up. And it was a Target that had multiple levels. So we were on the upper level parking lot and she was like, "Deneen, how are you?" And I just remember sobbing. And I was like, everything is just moving on. Like everything is just continuing. And my mother is not here. Like my whole life has changed. My whole world has changed. And I even get emotional just thinking about it. It's like my whole life has changed, everything has changed, but everything around me is just going on like nothing has happened. And it felt so surreal. Like, even like that weekend, it was November in Ohio. And November in Ohio is cold. It was a beautiful, the weather was perfect. It was the whole time we were there, the weather was perfect. It was so shocking, jarring actually, for the weather to be that nice. But I just remember that feeling and then even continuing on, like, it was just it was a physical and emotional pain at the same time, and it was so much emptiness there. Like, I really felt emptiness. So we're talking about it. Like, we're gonna go there, we're talking about it, we're sharing experiences, and I hope that you will subscribe to the Life After Loss channel. You'll be able to I'll be posting videos on my channel. Angel will be posting videos on hers. And yeah, yep, that's what we'll be doing. I hope that you are able to catch a video or two or three or how many ever. Um, and I hope that you will consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. If I said that already, I'm so sorry. But after these videos, I am going to air the Taisha Ryan video regarding brown silk. I hope that everyone has finished it. I said that I wasn't gonna read it to the end. I did, and I was heartbroken again. So we have this conversation with her about the book, about mental health, about Black men and mental health, about loving someone who has mental health issues. And it is a great episode and a perfect way to end that in this season. After that, I think I'll be done with interviews for a little bit. I'll start to focus more on vlogging. And I am trying, y'all. We did some vlogging while I was away in the airport, and like, my husband is my biggest cheerleader. Like, he's always like, "Oh, you need to get some content." We've been recording content, so it's just editing it, piecing it all together. I'm looking forward to sharing more of my day-to-day life with you and the things that I get into on a regular. So that's what's coming up next. In addition, Angela and I are still doing the reality reviews. We have to do Beverly Hills, we have to do Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I hope we get around to Real Housewives of is it Rhode Island or I think it's Real Housewives of Rhode Island, or maybe it's Delaware. I'm not sure, but one of those. Um, we'll discuss it as well. So that's it. This is the reflection. I love you. I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. We have over 4,000 subscribers, and that still blows my mind. Like, and if you know me personally, then you know why. It still blows my mind. Um, I appreciate you all for tuning in every week. I am looking forward to sharing more with you, and I hope that everyone has a fantastic weekend.